Good morning. My name is Dr. Stuart Factor. I'm at the Emory Brain Health Foundation, and we're going to do another medical update for the Miracle for Mom Foundation. And today I thought we would talk about a fairly hot topic in neurodegenerative disease, and that is protein accumulation in the brain, which seems to relate to neurodegeneration. And this is present in all the different neurodegenerative diseases that we know. Certain proteins accumulate, and I'm going to focus really on Parkinson's disease today because it appears that's an area that we know the most about. The protein is called alpha-synuclein, and although the protein was known for many years, it was in 1997 that it was found that a mutation in the gene for the alpha-synuclein protein caused Parkinson's disease. And it was shortly after that that it was discovered that alpha-synuclein was a major component of the Lewy body, L-E-W-Y body, which is the major pathological finding in Parkinson's disease. By the way, the Lewy body is named after Frederick Lewy, who was a scientist who discovered these more than 50 years ago. Alpha-synuclein is the main component of Lewy bodies. Alpha-synuclein aggregates to form Lewy bodies, and the reasons that it aggregates is really unclear. And alpha-synuclein is a known protein that we all have in our brains. It only becomes abnormal when it starts to clump up and form these clumps of protein that we call Lewy bodies and Lewy neurites also. The function is not totally clear, but the protein seems to work in synapses and the release of neurochemicals in order to get function. You can measure alpha-synuclein in the cerebrospinal fluid, and in Parkinson's disease, the amount is actually lower in the spinal fluid because most of it is clumping. And then over time, it seems to increase, but there are various forms, and with those forms, some increase and some decrease. There's a key hypothesis that we have that the alpha-synuclein actually spreads. So it starts in the lower part of the brainstem, and then it spreads up the brain. And as it spreads up, it then causes a number of symptoms, and the disease progresses. And how it spreads is unclear, but it seems to move from cell to cell and cause the normal protein in other cells to start aggregating abnormally. This spreading seems to be related to or governed by a particular gene. Whether the alpha-synuclein actually causes the cells to die is still something that is unclear. Now, alpha-synuclein is very interesting because it's not just present in the brain. It's present in other parts of the body. It's been found in our GI tract. It's been found in the parotid glands, and actually some groups have tried to use parotid biopsies in order to help with early diagnosis. The presence in the gut is of particular interest because, first of all, it's been found 20 years before the diagnosis of Parkinson's. Alpha-synuclein clumping has been found in the gut through biopsies for other reasons. And there are some who believe that the disease may start in the gut and spread up into the brain through the vagus nerve. But the amount of data available to support that is very limited. So doing these biopsies of peripheral tissue that's very available could help with diagnosis and might even help with treatment if you're finding a way to lower the amount of alpha-synuclein in the brain. Which brings me to the very last part of this, which is that with these proteins aggregating in the brain, many researchers and pharma companies are now studying antibodies, monoclonal antibodies that bind to the protein and can eliminate it from the brain. This is being done now in Parkinson's. They're in phase 2 trials in people actually, and it's being done in other diseases such as PSP, where they're doing an anti-tau antibody. Tau is the protein that accumulates in that disease. So I think very interesting and very exciting that we have a way to remove this abnormal protein from the brain, and whether that relates to a slowing of the progression or a reversal of the disease, something that we'll find out in the next 5 years. So that's the end of today's Miracle for Mom Medical Minute. Thank you.